Trump was he was a risk trade to begin with, wasn't he? And then it was seen as a positive for the dollar with all the fiscal stimulus, and it became the Trump trade. And that could well transpire. I mean, if we were to have a Labour victory, we might see the same kind of reaction in markets.
I don't think that's simply not on a Labour victory. That no opinion poll has had Labour leading, none of them throughout the campaign. And they start from an extraordinarily difficult situation. There are 650 seats in the House of Commons, and Labour are left 99 seats behind. And to make gains on that level in order to win control just is improbable. I mean, the only options for this election are whether there is an hung parliament, which of all the instability that creates, or whether we may get a majority. Those are the options.
May I offer a warning from across the Atlantic? There were no polls. I mean, I was on the desk and blogging and writing during the election, and just as a piece of enjoyment for an old FX trader, it was a ton of fun because no one expected this. And its responses in the market were astonishing. Part of the Trump trade was simply a carrying out of momentum. The market decided on a move the next day and has kept it up ever since. So I agree with you. I mean, the British system is more difficult to pull off the type of victory that Mr. Trump did. But never say never.
Can I ask why? Why is it more difficult? I mean, we have some of the factors we've got to bring in here. For instance, the EU referendum. If you were in London and you wanted to go out and vote, let's say to remain, the weather was so atrocious, you might not have done so. All right, because you've only got a certain time slot. And the actual participation, I believe, in London was a lot lower than expected. So that's a factor. You've always got that risk. And looking at the weather at the moment, putting my weather cap on, it looks pretty dismal out there. Over this week.
But it's always
things like that.
Wait a minute. I thought it was always raining in Britain. So, I mean, how can that affect elections?
In fact, all the studies have shown that weather does not have an impact on elections. And there's been a lot of academic work done on that over the years. It's a nice one to talk about, but I don't think it has an impact.